Africa, particularly the Super Falcons. We are looking forward to Mission X once again. And trust me, we are definitely looking forward to see the big girls as far as the African Cup of Nations is concerned for that one. And in case you're just joining us for the first time, you're welcome to the Thursday edition of Sport Drive on I-FLIER 103.3 FM. And you're listening to the voice of Biodun Akpin or Biodun Sport. Yes, so let's get into action this morning. We've got a lot to discuss. Talking about the world of transfer, we'll get into action this morning. I will be talking about the camp of Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal always in the news. Just yesterday also, it was reported that Arsenal are cutting to sign Rodrigo Gueso all the way from Real Madrid. And as of this morning, they've tabled whopping £70 million for the Brazilian international to join Arsenal in this summer of the transfer market. I will get to talk about more transfer stories on the show. We look at a Gold Cup, yes, for the year 2025. It's going to be the United States of America and Mexico that will be playing the final of the Gold Cup. Avon defeated Guatemala in the earlier of this morning. Courtesy goes from the likes of Lino. Yes, that young man was really instrumental for the American. They will go on to face Mexico in the final of the 2025 Gold Cup. And not to forget the major Grand Slam also. Yes, we're getting lots of big names crashing out of that competition. Well, one of them actually crashed out yesterday night also. Talking about one of the top players. Well, I would put you up to that one as we progress on the show this lovely Thursday morning. World Cup, feel free, or you want to talk about Euros 2025. Yes, talking about the tournament for the ladies. Of course, we're getting to see a lot of action. Started yesterday. We saw two games, Iceland against Finland. Finland picked all 3 points. And Norway also, yes, a two-time champion of the European Championship also were triumphant against the host nation. Haven't scored fourth. Yes, Switzerland drew the first blood in that encounter, but then eventually they lost at the end of 90 minutes. Hopefully they will bounce back in their second game. But then let's get into action on the show this morning as we start from the home front.
Lewandowski and Royce, Santana, they've smothered it in! Extraordinary! Dortmund 2-0!
Okay, let's start by picking our first story from the home front. I'm talking about the Executive Committee of Nigerian Football Federation. They've opted to extend the tenure of the present board of Nigerian Premier League. Kelobi has responded to the bribery allegation made by ex-Dream coach Samson Siasia. Well, a lot of people have been talking about this particular story. Recall that a few days ago, yes, Samson Siasia alleged that Mikel Obi, through his agent, offered him $50,000 for him to include him in the team that will go on to participate at the 2008 Beijing Olympic. But then John Olashitu has come out to say all of that is not really debunking what really transpired between him and, of course, Samson Siasia is just saying that is a forgotten issue. And if you look at the statement like that, he's not outrightly coming out to say, I do not offer Samson Siasia $50,000. Get to see the reaction of John Mikel Obi himself, because he's yet to come out to actually talk about this one. But then his former agent, talking about John Shitu, has come out to say this is a forgotten issue. But then the man is not outrightly, yes, debunking that he gave, he decided to offer Samson Siasia, $50,000, just like, the man outrightly said in the previous stories just a few days ago. Well, we'll get more development concerning this one, but trust me, there's a lot to still go down concerning this particular a case of bribe, because if you look at this thing, Samson Siasia is just coming off, a bribe issue. He was banned for a lengthy year, and he's coming out to say John Mikel Obi agent actually offered him $50,000 for him to include Mikel Obi in the squad that went to prosecute that game. Talking about the Olympic game in 2008. Well, interesting time, you must say, but then we are still waiting for the response of talking to them that they already commenced training, and they would do everything possible to make sure Nigerians are proud of their outing at the club at the World Cup. Well, if you look at this team also, the last time we saw them was in the WAFB Championship also. Well, they did their own part in that competition, but then we would love to see what they will bring to the table in this to be part of the World Cup, and we are looking forward to see how well they will go on to represent Nigeria. If you look at the trajectory of the Under-20 World Cup, we've seen a lot of talent from this same Under-20 Flying Eagles. We've seen a whole lot of them that really did well for Nigeria. Some of them fell at some point, but then of the Super Eagles. So we are hoping to see lots of players that will step into the Super Eagles shirt also and go on to do well for us across all center. You talk about World Cup and of course the African Cup of Nations. Okay, quickly away from the world of football, let's go talk about major Grand Slam Wimbledon that is currently going on. I was really shocked when I saw that particular result. I was hoping Jasmine will go on to defeat Camila, but then eventually she lost, and that is one thing about the WTA. You get to see a whole lot of surprises. Some of the big girls are gradually crashing out, but then I'm loving what I'm seeing so far in this competition. Talking about Arina Sabalenka, she avoided the same feat with a gritty 7-6, 7-4, 6-4 win over Czech world number 48, Maria Buskova, in her own game yesterday. So, as it stands right now, the Belarusian tennis player moves straight to the round of 16 in the major Grand Slam for this year. Okay, let me bring you up to date with some of the games to watch out for in the Wimbledon major tournament that is currently going on out there in the United Kingdom. Well, we'll get to see Dan Evans against Novak Djokovic, and that is one big game to actually watch out for. We're going to see an upset in that game. Well, only time will tell. That game will go down this afternoon, 2 p.m. Nigerian time. And of course, Iga Swiatek against McNally also will go down. Yannick Sinner against Daniel Vekic also. That is one big game to also watch out for. Mira Andreeva will go on to host the Italian Bronzetti, and Maria Zakari against Elina Rybakina. That is one big game also. Jack Draper against Maria Cilic will also go down. Big game also. A lot of big games actually in some of the games that is slated for today. And of course, you get to see Dominion against Kazros, also another French tennis player in that one. Krejcikova will go on to host Delaney, and Maria Kenin against Jessica Maniero. All of this game you get to see in the major Grand Slam today. Talking about Wimbledon that is currently going on in the United Kingdom.
They are still iron. They are still champions. Are you kidding me? Turns, shoots, fires. Shot.
Alright, in case you're just joining us, you're still listening to this morning by calling 0705 for 500 1033, or you call 09054 44 1033, and you can also watch us live on Facebook this morning. Let's go talk about the transfer gossip for this morning. I'll be starting from the camp of Arsenal. Yes, talking about Arsenal. Arsenal have approached Real for nothing less than £70 million for the young man, but the manager of the team, talking about Xavi Alonso, is yet to confirm if he's not going to be working with Rodrigo Go as well. This man has not really hit the ground running well for Real Madrid since the commencement of the Club World Cup. I think the first game he played was against, Al Hilal, and since then he's not been able to get more playing time, except for their win against Pachuca when he came off the bench in few minutes. But if you look at the the writing on the wall right now, it seems Rodrigo will not be that important in that Madrid team this season. But then Arsenal are really interested in him. They want to offer Real Madrid 70 million pounds, but then Madrid are calling for 77 million pounds. So just 7 million, yes, to make up with the release clause of the Brazilian international. Let's go talk about Atletico Madrid, who are also willing to go all out to sign Tottenham Hotspur and Argentine defender Christian Romero, and are willing to put a 61 million pounds on the table for the Tottenham Hotspur defender. But then Atletico Madrid also will have to fight against that one, because Juventus are also in